Hi everyone, hope everyone's having a really great day. Well, I thought I had finished this watercolor landscape, and I thought to myself, what could I add to this that would enhance it a little bit? So that's where I thought of you guys, and so this tutorial is going to be adding a tree in the foreground. This is all painted here. We've got the sky, we've got the other trees. We added some areas to make it look like trees way in the background, so they were lighter, faded off, more water. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to add, like Bob Ross always used to say, there's a happy tree in here somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do is right about here, we're going to add a really big tree. Now whether I put leaves on the tree or whether it's a pine tree, I love pine trees, so it's very possible that we're going to make this a pine tree. I'm just going to use this this flat brush. It's a half. It says 1/2 Artist Loft, and I'm going to start out by, first of all, we have all our supplies here. We've got our paints, we've got our water, we've got a paper towel, we've got our brushes, and we've got the paper. This is 300 GSM, I think. This is a block of cold press paper. And what I have actually done here for a little trick for you, this one has already been taken off because I didn't think of doing this before I ripped it off. But anyway, on this pack of paper, it is not a block, but I made it into a block. I took some Mod Podge and I went all around the edges, around that edge, left a little space here on the bottom, came around and went all along the bottom edge. Now, I've done it before. It works great. It keeps your paper flat when you're painting with it. And then you just, the easiest way to do it is find your little opening, stick your couple of fingers under there or something flat, nice and flat, lift it up a little bit, and then use your hand underneath flat ways to pull the paper. Don't just pull it over. I'll show you anyway the next time that I need to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to be way over here on this side. And this tree is going to seem like it's just coming right out and right in front of you. So let's wet the brush. I'm going to get some sepia and some green going on. I'm going to add a little red with that. Too much red. So let's get some sepia. And that's going to make a nice dark brownish trunk. So we're going to be real bold. We're going to, even though this is all painted, this is dry, we're just going to take this and we're going to come right up and right out of the page. What I'm doing is just using like the flat tip of the top. I'm going to have it like this, and I'm going to come down again, make it a little, because this is right out in front, so is bold right in your face. It's not set back or anything. It's right there, right for you to grab with your eyes and look at. Some of the rules of painting are that, you don't want to stick something like this right in the center. So use your thirds. I'm going to be off here on my thirds on this side versus right square in the center. You don't want to do that. So here we go. We are, getting our, I'm going to add a little green into it, a little greenish color. And just, here's our trunk, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same color. I'm going to come right here and make this branch trail right off. Add a couple of little ones. I'm still using the chisel part of my flat brush on this one. when I do the branches, we'll use something real small. And that's, you know, a little tree trunk that's coming off there. Maybe we'll just add another one and have it go right off the page. I can just hear Bob Ross now. Be brave, you know? Okay, so we've got that. We've got our tree trunk established. Where I have the highlights coming would be from this side. So what we'll want to do is take a lighter color, and on this side of the trunk, we're going to want to add, you know, a lighter color, which I'm going to use some into that brown, and we've got some yellow ochre. I don't know if that will, no, I'm going to add some white to that, but I just added the yellow ochre into the, I guess I don't have much white left. Okay, so we're just going to put that right on this side to give that lighter highlighted side of the tree on the trunk. And just dabbing it in. And there we have, you know, a little bit lighter. I might want to try some, a lot of times I'll use some white acrylic when it's white and I really want the white to kind of show. You see the difference? I don't have much of my Chinese white left, so I'm choosing to grab this acrylic white. I do the same thing with acrylic yellows sometimes if I really want to make that stand out. I'm going to add some purple to this brown this sepia, because I just lost the side with the, and some deep green in there. Get back to that dark. Some burnt sienna, I think that is. So we want this side to stay dark and the light is on the other side. That's fine for now. Wash my brush off, and I like to, I saw this when I first learned watercolor, that after you finish with your paintbrush, you know, smooth out the ends. It really does help save on your brushes. Now, I could leave it just like that, but I mean, it looks kind of funny. So what I'm going to do is take one of my really small brushes here. I'm actually going to take this number 3, and these are Artist Loft. I have so many paintbrushes, but right now this is what I'm choosing to use. And there's some sepia in there. I actually need to get some darker spots on this side again. So put them in there, okay. And then I want to get some paint on my brush, and I want to add some, you know, smaller, thinner branches. You know, add them in here. Wherever you want to add them in, add them in. And you can use even a thinner one if you want to. But if I press very lightly, I can get a very thin line. Thin enough that I want right here. Put some dark under here again. Kind of lost the dark on that side. All right, so you see, it didn't hurt anything. It it came out fine. Add a little more of that burnt sienna on this end. I kind of like that color. All right, so we're going to, you don't need to, you know, add 9 million little branches. You just have to, this is a painting. So you're just depicting, you know, lots of little branches. And it's actually fine for me. Now what I'm gonna do, I rinsed off my brush, wipe it off on the paper towel, smooth out the end. Now I'm gonna take that same flat brush again, Get a little water on it. And I'm going to come over to the sap green. I sprayed my paints, but I guess I didn't spray them enough. And add a little orange to it. Dab it off a little bit. And we're going to come over here. I actually want this to be more dry brush. So I'm going to take the paint and I'm just going to, in certain little spots on the tree, we're going to add leaves, depicting leaves. And then I'm going to take some yellow, and come here, dab that in there, because we're just depicting leaves. We're not, you know, this isn't a photograph of a tree, so you have to get it perfect. Nope, it's just a painting. So you're depicting your eyes, the person's eyes. We'll see what they see. And it's a little bit of red, because we've got red in the paintings in different areas. It gives harmony when you add the same colors. And there we have, we added very bravely a tree. I'm not sure if it would look, if I can make this. See, we added that right in the front. So it gives depth to the painting. Another thing I could do, I mean, I could add another tree right here. He always liked to put, I did a lot of learning from Bob Ross and watching his paintings. I mean, I absolutely loved his shows. So you know what? I think that we are going to do that. I think that I'm going to wash off my brush, dry it off, back into this dark color again. A little bit of this burnt sienna. I just seem to like that color in this particular painting. I'm going to come right up, right beside it. As they said, give him a friend. Oh my. We're going to give him a friend. And it's going to come right up to the tippy top. I don't think I'm going to go out of the painting with that one, but right up to the top anyways. And that's nice. That's nice like that. And then we're going to take our smaller brush, a round brush. I'm going to use a round one. Go in here. And then we're just going to add, so we need to make that a little darker so it can be seen. And we're just going to come even darker, I guess. I'll add some red with that sepia. And just add in the branches. Just little branches all over. Branches, you just take the line and wiggle it. Just wiggle it all over the place. You can actually do that here as well. Put some more in here. Maybe come down a little bit in the tree. Make some of those, you know how you see that happening with a tree. Add a little more color and bring it out a little thicker at the bottom. Now, I'm not even going to bother to put on any branches to that tree. I want it to just kind of be just like you see it. And I'm just gonna, I'm using the round brush this time. Some white on there. And I'm just gonna come down for the highlights of this one, because this is where, you know, the sun is coming like this. So we just want a few little highlights on some of the branches. And we'll kind of use this white on this side as well, just to lighten up. Once, oh, I like that, it grabs some of the pink, so that's good. So there, we just have this couple of Always remember to wash off your brushes and dry them. You know, saves on the brushes. And I always, like I said, I do this usually. Keep the tips, keep the nice flat edge. And that's, you know, basically how you add a little more to your painting. I really do believe that from the beginning to now, that really adds a lot. Sets the rest of it back. Your eyes will focus, you know, go right to the trees, but it will set the rest of it back, which is so important to have the depth. There's a lot of things that you know, I often say you don't have to do anything particularly, but there are some rules and some things that really do make a painting even better, and having depth is one of those things. See, I have some trees in the front, and I have some watered down foliage in the back to give it depth. And so it looks like we've got that layer, and then we've got some in front of that, and we've got some other trees in front of that. We've got some, I see one thing we're gonna do over here. Right over here, we are going to, I'm gonna get some blue, and with this green and so forth, that's a real dark mix. And I am going to come right over here, and I'm gonna add one more little large pine tree. I love pine trees. I really do love pine trees. And we're just going to, it's coming down. We're just gonna add in these, a little too much red, but that's okay. All these colors just mix and add and really make something nice. And just, it's off to the side, to the back, so it's going to be quite dark. And we're just gonna, see that? Oh, that's gonna add something very nice. And I may even just, as a matter of fact, just put another one right beside it, coming off from the side. That'll also give some depth as well. This is a very, very dark kind of green, very dark off to the sides there. Over here, because the sun's not going to be much over there. There we go. Add some shadow here a little bit from these trees. And look how we basically enhanced that picture and gave it the depth that it needed. You can do all kinds of things with these paintings and with watercolor. So I hope you enjoyed that, folks. Just keep coming back to my channel for, you know, new little watercolor, I call them glimpses. And you can check out the other videos that I've already done. Please leave your comments, any questions down below, and come on back. We'll see some more. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.